In this module, I'll be defining SEO and we'll be discussing the mindset required to achieve top rankings. You'll learn how SEO has changed over the past few years and what it will take to achieve results with SEO. You'll learn about the various ranking factors that we know Google uses to rank websites, and I'll talk about what you can expect from this DVD both in the short term and the long term. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, but the definition varies depending on who you ask. I define SEO as achieving top rankings for the right keywords that drive qualified consumer traffic that, and this is the most important part of SEO, drive sales or sales leads for your business. There are many SEO companies that only focus on achieving top rankings without looking further at how much traffic and sales those rankings produce. This is a huge mistake. SEO without traffic or sales is completely useless because you won't make any profit and you won't be able to reinvest in your own SEO. The key to a successful SEO campaign is to earn more than you are investing on a monthly basis so you can continue to reinvest in your SEO, expand your reach and continue to grow your sales and profits. This program will be focused on Google, which controls more than 90% of the search market in Australia. Optimizing for Google is the hardest, but it also produces the highest level of results by far. In my experience, a top ranking on Google can provide anywhere between 10 times and 100 times the traffic of Bing and Yahoo combined. I've also found that optimizing a site for Google can take 3, 6, or even 12 months to achieve significant rankings, which is a long time. The good news is that when you start optimizing for Google, you will start to achieve top rankings in Bing within just a few months, because Bing is much easier to rank for. And while Bing won't bring you the profits you are after, it is encouraging seeing your website at the top of any search engine. And forget about Yahoo. Yahoo made some serious missteps in the last few years and isn't worth focusing on. The SEO lessons outlined in this program are designed to achieve top rankings in Google, but also lead to top rankings in Bing as well. Mindset number 1, SEO is a growth strategy. Because SEO can take an investment of 3, 6 or 12 months and many thousands of dollars, it is important to understand that it is a growth strategy. Unlike pay-per-click advertising, where you are limited by how much you can spend each day, SEO has no upside limits because when you finally achieve a top ranking for your most valuable keyword phrases, you will literally be getting the equivalent of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars of equivalent pay-per-click advertising. Where pay-per-click advertising can get you fast results, SEO can get you 5, 10, even 100 times the results from the same advertising budget or less. It does take longer to achieve these results, but once you do, you will see your business skyrocket. Because SEO is not just about how much you spend, but how good you are at implementing the strategies, you're able to compete against much larger companies at a fraction of their budget and still beat them in their rankings. This is pretty much impossible to do in nearly every other advertising channel, where the more you pay, the more exposure you get. The best part about SEO is that when you start ranking and driving traffic and sales, the only way you can switch it off is by taking down your website. And because top rankings are not limited by budget, you'll get the maximum available traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. SEO implemented correctly is a license to print money. Mindset number 2, always think in terms of systems. The best and most successful companies around the world today have achieved their success because they have systemized every part of their business. To achieve the best results from SEO, you should look at creating a system around the work that needs to be done on a regular basis. Like most businesses who first start implementing SEO, you will probably be doing most, if not all, of the work yourself until you start achieving results. But as soon as you can afford to, you should start hiring people to manage specific ongoing SEO tasks. The goal is to have your SEO run each and every month without fail, without you having to implement any of the parts yourself. The faster you can take yourself out of the system, the faster you will grow your rankings and profits. One of the biggest mistakes that business owners make is not creating a system around SEO. What ends up happening is that you start to achieve top rankings for a few words and then start getting prospects contacting you to inquire about your services. If you're good, which you probably are, you will start getting new clients on board and you'll have to support those clients. Now, rather than focusing on your SEO, you have to start focusing on delivering the product or service you have sold, and your rankings then start to fall because you have let the SEO strategy slide. The key to avoiding this scenario happening to you is to look at setting up an SEO system in your business as soon as you can afford to. Mindset number 3, consistency is key. Implementing your strategy on a monthly basis is the key to success and is where most businesses fall down. Google has alerts in place that can penalise you if you're seen to be gaming their system. One of those alerts is if they see a lot of activity from your website in a short burst and then nothing. What Google wants to see is that your rankings are being built naturally, and they can measure this by the amount of frequency of links that are being built to your site. If you go out and build 1,000 links in 1 month and then don't do anything else for a year, you won't see the SEO impact you were hoping for. It's far better to spread those links out over 12 months so that it looks natural in the eyes of the search engine. More than that, in the early stages of your SEO, it is important to maximise your budget across a number of different strategies, which each take time to implement, such as article marketing, social bookmarking, link building, and so on. It's very difficult to go out and get 1,000 links in a month in any case, so you need to consistently implement your SEO strategy every month. Schedule all your SEO tasks each month and make sure that you implement those tasks without fail. SEO is very much about momentum, and the first few months of implementing SEO are the slowest and most difficult. But once you get to a critical point where you start ranking and getting traffic and sales as a result, the momentum will take over and you'll see exponential growth in your traffic. This is probably the most important point in this slide. Don't stop implementing SEO once you achieve top rankings. Many business owners think that SEO has a start and end point, but this couldn't be further from the truth. SEO is an ongoing process that never stops. Once you achieve a number 1 ranking, you've knocked somebody else of that position and they will definitely notice. What ends up happening is they double their efforts to regain their rankings. If you stop implementing SEO entirely, it won't be long before your competition has regained their top ranking, and it will be very difficult for you to regain it at that point because they will now be aware of what you are doing. When you achieve a top ranking for a competitive keyword phrase, you will see a significant increase in traffic and sales. When that starts to happen, don't slow your SEO down. If anything, you will want to double your efforts now that you have more profit and you can use to reinvest into your SEO. Mindset number 4, reinvesting into SEO. Once you have achieved a top ranking for a competitive keyword phrase, you'll start to see traffic and sales as a result. While this will be exciting, the real profits will come when you start to achieve top rankings for multiple competitive keyword phrases. As soon as you start earning profits from your SEO, you really should start reinvesting into your SEO system so you can now slowly start to take yourself out of the ongoing implementation of the SEO tasks. The faster you can have other people implementing your SEO tasks, the more time you'll have freed up to focus on servicing your clients and growing your business. The more people you can get to implement your SEO for you, the more you can ramp it up. It's very difficult to double or triple the amount of SEO you implement when you're doing it on your own. But when you have a team of people working your SEO for you, you can quickly scale it up when you need. And the more SEO you can implement, the more keywords you will rank for and the more traffic and sales you will receive as a result. And remember, never ever let your guard down, especially once you have achieved top SEO ranking, because where one person gains a ranking, another loses a ranking. And the difficulty of achieving top rankings is getting harder every day. Mindset number 5, leverage is key. I spoke already about how with SEO you can achieve better rankings than larger companies with bigger budgets than yours. The reason we can do this is because of leverage. That is, achieving maximum impact from your SEO tasks by doing things a little bit differently. I'll be discussing leverage throughout this program, but the key point to remember is that you can always take a strategy to the next level by thinking about it ahead of time and asking yourself, what else can you do to leverage off the work you've already done? One simple example of this is with article writing. You're already writing articles each month, but by spending a little bit more time researching what topics will be more popular online, you'll gain a greater exposure from the article marketing, just by spending more time researching what people want to read about. Achieving results with SEO is all about standing out from the crowd. Most businesses take the quick and easy path when implementing their SEO with hope that they will get to the top rankings. Unfortunately, this is not the case. Achieving results with SEO means being on the first page of Google for competitive keyword phrases, and there can only be 10 sites on the first page of Google. The sites that are ranking at the top of Google are the ones that stood out from the crowd. Doing a little bit more than your competition is what is required to achieve results. Think about it. If everyone was doing the same thing, how would anybody stand out? Finally, keep SEO at the forefront of your mind with everything you do in your business, and think about how you can integrate SEO into your business to gain results. One of the best examples I've seen recently is one company that offered a discount on their monthly fees if the client linked to them from their homepage. Now they are getting direct SEO benefit with every single sale they make. Mindset number 6, focus on conversions. Achieving success with SEO is all about generating conversions. That is, sales or sales leads, not just rankings. The Google Webmaster Guidelines are a set of rules that Google sets for what can be and what can't be done to achieve rankings with them. While white hat techniques are what they approve, there is a much larger grey area of SEO strategies which can work really well but don't strictly abide to Google's guidelines. If you are competing in a market where all your competitors are implementing grey hat strategies, then you may need to adjust your own strategy to compete. Being right or wrong doesn't mean anything if you're sitting at the bottom of page 10 on Google and not even making enough each month to pay for your hosting. And remember, your website plays a part in how much profit you earn from your SEO. SEO will get the people to visit your site, but your site has to get them to convert into a sale or sales leads when they get there. In later modules, I'll be sharing some strategies on how to improve your website conversion rate. Mindset number 7, diversifying your strategy. Because SEO is a constantly changing area, it is very important to achieve your rankings using a number of different strategies so that if one particular strategy loses ground and another gains ground, your site is already set up to maintain rankings. The last thing you want is to base your SEO rankings on a single strategy that is then devalued by Google because it can take 3, 6 or even 12 months to adjust that strategy and regain your rankings, during which time you would have lost a significant revenue stream from the loss of SEO rankings. This is what happened in the last few years with link exchanges, which lost a lot of value in the eyes of Google and caused a big shake-up in the SEO industry. In this DVD, you'll learn a diverse range of SEO strategies you can use to achieve top rankings, as well as how to achieve maximum leverage from those strategies. You'll also learn how to stay ahead of the game so you can adjust your SEO strategy for the changes of tomorrow. Mindset number 8, always provide value in everything that you do. The one key rule to keep in mind with everything you do with SEO and any type of online marketing is to always provide the maximum value you can to the end user. Because the more value you can provide people, the more results you will achieve. When you look at your content strategy, think about how to make your articles even more valuable to your readers. When you look at your link building strategy, think about what's in it for the site you're requesting a link from. When you look at your website design, think about how you can give even more value to your visitors. The key to providing value is always to give before selling. In fact, all the SEO strategies in this DVD are based on giving away high value, useful information without selling anything. A good question to ask yourself is, how can I add even more value to the end user? In a sea of low quality content and spammy sites, producing high quality content and adding value to the end user is what will make your site stand out from the competition and will be the key factor in accelerating your website up through the rankings. In the last few years, the SEO landscape has changed considerably. The growth of internet use itself has resulted in more traffic available in nearly every market and more profits as a result. But with more profit has come an increase in competition. There are more and more businesses coming online every day with the goal of ranking at the top of Google in their market. This makes achieving a top ranking all the more harder because standing out from the crowd requires a better strategy and a larger investment of time and capital. Because the competition is continually increasing the importance of off-site optimization, it's now critical. Because the competition is continually increasing, the importance of off-site optimization is now critical. Some SEO companies would have you believe that focusing just on your site is enough to achieve top rankings. But there is no way you can compete in a competitive market with just on-site SEO alone, because every other website can copy your on-site strategy. If we ever compete in a market where sites are only implementing on-site SEO, then we can quickly dominate by making a stronger website and implementing a link building campaign. There are now more ranking factors in Google's algorithm, which means that you need to think about more things when you're implementing SEO, but more about that later on in the DVD. We're now seeing rankings fluctuate daily, many times a day in some markets. We believe that this is Google testing the sites, which it ranks to see which sites people like more, which they can measure with the bounce rate. So even though you have achieved a top ranking, you really need to work to maintain it. And probably one of the most important changes to SEO is that there are thousands of people hired by Google who go through the rankings and manually review each site to ensure it provides a good user experience for its search engine users. The quality of your site is now critical to sustaining a top ranking for a valuable keyword phrase many years into the future. The good news with all this is that with the right mindset and the right strategy, you can quickly dominate your market. Achieving results with SEO requires more than just an on-site or off-site strategy. It requires an integrated online marketing strategy that achieves maximum leverage from all the tools you have available at your disposal. Implementing one or two strategies on their own will produce some results, but to achieve the optimum results, your SEO strategy must take full advantage of every resource you have available to you. Remember, just do a little bit more than your competition and you'll beat them in the long term. Consistency is key. Earlier I spoke about how Google can penalise you if they see too much activity in 1 month and then nothing after that. Implementing your strategy consistently, month after month, is what will get you the results. Importantly, once you have achieved your top ranking, you don't want to release your foot from the accelerator because the competition hasn't. If anything, you want to hit the accelerator even harder because you should have more profits to invest as a result. Achieving optimum SEO results requires a solid business strategy where you look at all the value you can extract from every visitor. SEO is all about getting qualified consumer traffic to your website, but it is the responsibility of your website to convert those prospects into sales or sales leads. The better you are at generating revenue from your visitors, the more you will be able to reinvest into SEO and the harder you will be to compete against. You'll hear this a few times throughout this DVD. Achieving results with SEO requires an off-site SEO strategy or link building strategy. While on-site optimization is critical in the early stages of your SEO campaign, off-site optimization is what makes your site stand out. I'll be discussing both on-site and off-site SEO strategies in this DVD, but keep in mind that results are achieved by how well you build incoming links to your website, not by how well your website is optimized for SEO. Google is becoming very good at taking away control from website owners for ranking their own sites. But that's where link building comes in. By effectively implementing the correct link building strategies, you can have your site quickly rise up the ranks. I will cover each of these points in more detail throughout the program, but here are some more of the most important on-site SEO ranking factors. Title tags are the words at the top of each page, above the file button, and are one of the most important factors for your on-site optimization. The title tags are the headings which appear in your search engine results pages. The size of the site can have a huge impact on your SEO rankings through internal linking. A link from a page on your own site is still seen as a link, which means that more pages that you have on your website, the more links you can control and the more you can affect your own SEO. One of the reasons why Wikipedia ranks so well is because it has millions of pages that link between one another. Freshness refers to how new your content is. Google places a lot of value on fresh content because it knows that its success is based on getting the best information in the hands of its users. If Google sees that your website is constantly producing new content all the time, it will visit your site more often so it can find new content as soon as it is available. Original content, one of the most important factors for Google, is that they only show one version of a web page to their users. If you have the same exact wording as another site, even your own, then Google will choose which one of those pages is more important and will put the other page in the supplemental index and not show it to its users. Having original content is critical to achieving rankings. Avoiding duplicate content is similar to having original content, but you can add to it by making sure that your web pages look significantly different in the eyes of search engines. This is particularly true for e-commerce sites where there are a lot of product images and short descriptions, but not a lot of unique words on the page. The age of your site also plays a role. The older your site is, the more trust it has in the eyes of Google and the easier that it will rank. This is one of the main reasons that we launch a blog as the first step of designing a new site, so that there is enough of a history when the site is launched so that it can achieve rankings very quickly. Having keywords in the domain name usually only helps when the domain name is the exact keyword search. For example, brisbaneweddingdj.com.au. In my experience, having any other keywords in the domain name apart from the main keyword phrase doesn't produce the best results, and you're better off having something more memorable, such as your company name. Saying that, having keywords in your file names can assist in both achieving SEO rankings and getting more people to click on your ranking when you get there. Off-site SEO is where the results are achieved and is all about links. Every link to your site is like a vote for your site. The more votes you receive, the higher you will rank. But unlike voting, not all links are created equal, with some links having significantly more value than other links. With that in mind, here's a quick definition of each off-site SEO ranking factor. Link popularity is the number of links you have coming into your site. A site with 1,000 links has a higher link popularity than a site with 100 links. Link reputation is what the links say in them. When another site links to your site with the keyword home loans in the link, your site has started to build link reputation to rank for home loans. The more links you have with the right keywords in them, the greater the chance you'll have to rank for a particular phrase. Link reputation is where you can control what you rank for. Link authority is how powerful the site is that is linking to you. Where link popularity simply looks at how many sites are linking to you, link authority also looks at how many sites are linking to the sites that are linking to you, and so on. This is also known as PageRank. The more PageRank a site has, the higher the value that link has to your SEO rankings. A link from a site like apple.com, which has a high PageRank, is worth more than 1,000 links from a low PageRank site. Link trust is focused on the site that is linking to you and how trustworthy its vote for your website is. If your link is on a link exchange page buried among hundreds of other links on that page, then the link trust will probably erode over time. On the other hand, if you have a link on the home page of a site with hardly any other links on that page, the link trust will be much higher. Positioning on the page is also important, but we'll take a look at that a little later on. The theme of your site that is linking to you, while not a large part of the ranking algorithm right now, will be in the future. By getting links from sites in related industries or markets to your own, you will ensure that the value of those links is sustained over time. Finally, your link building must look natural. This means that you need to be consistent with your link building, but also mix up your link reputation and the types of links you get. Again, we'll talk about this a little further in the Links Explained module. While there are a number of SEO ranking factors you should implement, there are also certain things you should avoid, or as we call them, negative ranking factors. Make sure that your site does not have any duplicate content issues and that all content is original. Do not use hidden links. One of the strategies used a few years ago was to have hundreds of links in the footer area of every page of your website, but to make the colour of the text the same colour as the background. This doesn't work and can easily be picked up by Google that can penalise you as a result. Having an unreliable server that results in your website being offline throughout the month will decrease your website's trust in the eyes of Google, so ensure you have a good hosting provider that has good uptime track record. Linking from your site to low quality or spam sites is another way to quickly lower your website's trust. If you are linking out to any sites, ensure they are of the highest quality. While link exchanges worked in the past, they can actually hurt your ranking now if not done correctly. Stay away from link exchanges for now and do not have any links or resource pages on your site. This is a clear indication for Google that you're implementing link exchanges. Website security is a new negative ranking factor, but is becoming more prevalent. There are more and more instances where hackers are hacking websites and loading malware that infects your visitors' computers, or uploading a script that makes hundreds of spammy web pages on your site that link out to adult, gambling or pharmaceutical sites. When Google finds these pages on your site, they add a warning to your SEO ranking and can remove you from their index if the issue is not resolved in a timely manner. Ensuring that you have strong website security is something you will want to implement once you have top ranking and you want to protect them. A quick word about hats. In the SEO industry, there is a lot of discussion about white hat, black hat, and grey hat strategies. But rather than focus on the colour of the hat, we'll be focusing on what works. Remember, results are key because results are what produce sales and profits. While most strategies in this program are white hat, I'll also be sharing strategies that are in the grey area but that work really well. When I do share grey hat strategies, I will be sure to let you know the risks and what you can do to minimise them. Black hat SEO is what wastes people's time and includes hacking, producing spam sites, and other low quality strategies. We won't be covering any black hat strategies in this program. With everything you do, always focus on adding value to the end user and never waste anybody's time. So you can expect the following from this DVD. You can expect a step-by-step strategy that shows you the exact system for achieving top SEO rankings. You can expect to receive practical, actionable steps that you can implement right away. You can expect to receive a solid understanding of SEO, which you can use to adjust your strategy in the future. You can expect to increase your website's rankings and achieve traffic as a result. But there is one caveat to all this. You have to take action on what you learn in this DVD. Learning without implementing isn't learning at all, because you will forget most of what you have learned and will then say that this program didn't work for you. The people who will get the best results from this program are those who take action on everything they learn. That's how I got to where I am today, and that's what it will take for you to do the same. How long it takes for you to achieve results will depend on a number of factors, including how old your site is, how many pages it has, what, if any, SEO you have done in the past, what keywords you are focusing on, and how much time you are investing into each month. Depending on these factors, it can take anywhere from 3 months to 12 months to start to gain some traction. But when the momentum does start to build, the sales and profits will quickly start to roll in. Okay, so here's the first action point for today. With SEO, we can measure everything, and we want to so we can see the progress over time. So as a first step, you should install Google Analytics on every page of your website so you can measure your SEO traffic and conversion performance over time. If you go to Google Analytics and click on the Sign Up Now link, follow the prompts and take the code provided and add it to your footer area of every web page on your website. If you're not quite sure how to do this, speak to your webmaster or web designer. It's a pretty simple job. Make sure to add goals to your analytics account so you can see which keywords are producing sales or sales leads for your business. I hope you enjoyed the first module of SEO Acceleration. Next module will be covering the most important part of SEO, selecting the right keywords to focus on. You'll learn about the different types of keywords and how they each apply to your SEO campaign. You'll learn about keyword relevancy and why it's critical for both your short-term and long-term success. You'll learn the difference between short and long-tail keyword phrases and how to rank your site for both of them. You'll learn how to use keyword research tools to identify what people are looking for and how many times a particular keyword is searched for each month. I'll also be sharing with you the keyword research methodology I use for all of the SEO campaigns that I run.